meteorologist Stephen Jones.
Well, I'm not Stephen Jones, I'm Chase Jones, but close enough. Now I'm already in hot water because it is the wife's birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Now we're looking at a pretty warm first day of winter as well, and as we drop into those overnight temperatures, the cloud cover is pushing back in with those southerly winds. Now we're going to see a cloudy and breezy day tomorrow, and by Christmas, 3 days left, it could be some rain. Now the overnight temperatures dropped all the way down below freezing, then we warmed up about 30 degrees near those upper 60s, and we're already leveling out in those mid 50s right now. Look how gradually we started to level out. That's where the cloud cover pushes in and those southerly winds pick up. Now we're looking at the temperatures across the entire Concho Valley, 52 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of those lower 50s, those upper 40s, those lower 40s. Now we're looking at a good idea of the topography here in the Concho Valley, starting to see some of those cold pools off towards the southwest. Ozona already at 45, well up to the northeast near Coleman. They're also seeing some cold weather already at 46. You can sort of see the Edwards Plateau here shaping up for those 50s all the way across down towards the junction with 53 in Sterling City. So we're all over the place, but as we watch those humidity values increase overnight, we're also keeping our eye on the cloud cover as well as an opportunity to see sort of that frosty morning with some of those winter mornings now that winter has officially started. Dew points are down there in those 30s all the way up into those 40s, but below the freezing mark off towards the northeast with some of those cooler temperatures, while the humidity indices are in those 70s, those 60s, those 50s, sort of all over the place with some of those cooler temperatures as well, those shades of blue sliding their way in. When we look at the moisture tracker, we have our eye on the southerly winds returning from the Gulf Coast region. Higher concentrations near those shades of blue. By Tuesday, we're going to watch that cold front start to make its way through sort of that Christmas Eve, sort of a winter storm. Now it's going to pull all that moisture up near the Ohio River Valley, if not the Mississippi River Valley, where we've had our eye on a lot of those colder conditions. Here's the upper level pattern. We're going to watch a cutoff low off the west coast. No, excuse me, the east coast. Now we're going to watch a congestion develop around North Dakota. You're going to see a cutoff low develop as we get closer towards next weekend. Here's our long wave pattern. There's our cutoff low. Take a good look. It's going to circulate around Colorado. This is going to shape up for some pretty cold weather, pretty dynamic. Look off the west coast. There's another large atmospheric river. Now the shades of red into pink let us know near the aviation cruising altitude, sort of where airplanes fly, those winds are going to be somewhere near 200 miles per hour. As you get closer towards those shades of blue, somewhere around 50 miles per hour. There's the key at the top of the screen. That's going to let you know just how fast these winds are. That's how fast the cold air is moving. When we look at water vapor imagery, we're getting a better idea of how fast this moisture is moving across the Rocky Mountains, also combined with how cold it is up there. When we talk about areas like North Dakota, the Great Lakes seeing a lot of snow. Down here in the Concho Valley, on the tail end of that cold front, you can sort of see where the dry air is pushing out and lifting some of that moisture up. And right here, a small circulation around the Big Bend. That's where we have our eye on those southerly winds. This is going to be the third day in a row the severe weather outlook has had no convectivity. Now, the longer we go with dry, calm weather, the worse it's going to be. And when we take you down to the surface, get a good look at where this cold winter storm is cruising around. Now, these temperatures are somewhere down near negative 20 degrees. Off towards the west, they're still going to be somewhere in those 20s and those 30s, but there's a whole lot of moisture making its way across the Rocky Mountains. Down here in the Concho Valley, it was a beautiful first day of winter for us. Now, when we get a better idea of tomorrow, we're having our eye on the southerly winds for the return of that cloud cover. Here's the future cast as we make our way sort of closer towards Christmas. Here's the cloud cover tomorrow morning, pushes out of the way by tomorrow evening. Then it's set to return by Monday. Here's our cold front making its way in from the northwest. We fire up the Santa tracker by Christmas Eve, and that gives us a better idea of where this thunderstorm activity is going to develop, somewhere around Dallas, moving down the I-35 corridor, and then it sort of works its way. You know how it sort of eats its way towards the eastern part, if not the western part of the Concho Valley. So tonight, down into the 40s. Now, we're going to trap a lot of heat with some of that cloud cover. Then tomorrow, a beautiful day up into those 60s, but it's going to be a little breezy, so make sure you're bundle up if you're going out there and capitalizing on that holiday shopping. As we get closer towards Christmas, at least we're on that weekend, we're going to see those temperatures still hover around those 50s and those 60s, if not those 70s by Christmas. Good opportunity for some light rain shower activity. Then we hold on to those temperatures as we get closer towards the end of the year with those overnight lows back and forth between those 50s and those 40s. Stay tuned. Over the break. You're watching KSAN Weekend News at 10.